So I'm basically going to make the analogy using domestic violence, aka human trafficking terms that are often used to describe the behavior of narcissistic abusers in those relationships, because that's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with the people who utilized Epstein's vices to entrap and get compromat on powerful people to control the market, the government, and make sure that all governments are just an extension of Wall Street. Slave operation, human trafficking. So the situation with Trump and his team that campaigned for him, whether it be talking heads on mainstream media, legacy media, YouTube influencers, Tucker, Candace, Charlie Kirk, whoever, RFK Jr., they forgot that those hardcore MAGA weren't enough. RFK Jr. ran as an independent. First he ran as a Democrat, then played into all their bullshit about, oh, the Democratic Party left me, then ran as an independent, and then tried to steer and successfully steered a lot of left and independent and progressive voters to Trump, because they claimed no more war, no more regime change, we're going to open the Epstein files, everything Kamala refused to do. Well, let's face it, Trump's a Democrat. He funded Kamala and the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation, so there's really no daylight between them. But I digress. They forgot that the biggest majority of the votes that got them elected came from either independents or the left, people who weren't hardcore MAGA, who weren't going to let Trump talk to them like bitches and hoes. They voted for something, and they're going to expect what they voted for to come to fruition. They weren't going to go, yes, massa, hit me again, massa, knock my teeth down my throat this time. They ain't Trump's bitches sucking on his nutsack. So now they got to keep up the show. A bunch of them have chosen to keep up the show. Tucker, Candace, all the influencers putting on these bullshit fights like to make Candace more convincing. They did this whole thing with Ben Shapiro, and then Fox News and Tucker Carlson did that whole thing with Dominion to look like Dominion didn't really help Joe Biden steal the election, when he damn sure did. Oh, they paid millions of dollars, which is what to a multi-billionaire? They'd pay it to stay out of prison. That was just money laundering. But anyway, now you got Candace and Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mason and whoever else. They got to do the future faking and the love bombing and the hoovering to try to draw them back in, and then steer them to Vance or Tucker. And because, Candace is number one and Tucker's number one as far as podcasters and legacy media names, all of the and they're actually Mossad agents working for Israel and helping to cover up the Epstein crap, regardless of the bullshit that comes out of their mouth. All that shit, the bombing by Israel, who just bombed the shit out of Lebanon, and the war over there ain't gonna stop, because in their minds, Tucker and Candace got this, and Alex Jones got this. And since Jimmy Dore and a lot of the other otherwise independent media are friendly with them and do feature them regularly, in their minds, they're going to get somebody elected that's going to come in and make excuses for not sending them to jail, which Trump's probably dying. That's irrelevant. But Melania can still be prosecuted, and since Trump's fortune is from ill-gotten gains, all his assets can be seized whether he's dead or alive, and that pretty much goes for any of them. Why the fuck hasn't Epstein shit been seized as ill-gotten gains? So anyway, that's what Tucker and Alex Jones and Candace and to make it more convincing, they're staging these conflicts, kabuki theater conflicts, where Tucker's saying, oh, the CIA was spying on my text. No, if they're going to set up surveillance on you, it's going to be, they're not going to just spy on your text, asshole. That's as convincing as Becky Burrell telling me that her fucking fellow PI Bill Kinnear was stalking her at work. Sent me text saying as much. Oh, he was following me on Church Street. All bullshit. And Marjorie Taylor Greene acting like her and Trump had an argument over the phone. That's all bullshit to try to prop up and make them look like they're not really moles, especially with me calling them out as moles. Hoovering, future faking, and love bombing. That's what you're dealing with.